Okay, this is lesson 4. We're looking at the equation of a line, but we're looking at special cases, so parallel, perpendicular, horizontal, and vertical lines. We're going to start with parallel lines. And what we know about parallel lines from last year is that parallel lines have the same slope. We're going to state the slope of a line that would be parallel to each of the following. So we're going to start by looking at our line y equals 4 over 3x minus 2, and we're going to state the slope. So the slope would be 4 over 3. We're then going to state the parallel slope, and we show that by putting an m with a subscript of two lines that look like an 11. That tells me I'm getting the parallel slope to m equals 4 over 3. And since we know that parallel lines have the same slope, it would just be 4 over 3 as well. Okay, let's look at b. Y equals negative 5x plus 1, so the slope of this line is negative 5, and the slope of the parallel line is also negative 5. When I come to c, I cannot get the slope the way it's written because this is written in standard form, and I need to change it into mx plus b form. So to rearrange it, I'll start by leaving the 9y where it's at, and the 6x will move over, so it's a negative 6x. The negative 18 will move over, so it's a positive 18. And then we're going to divide every term by 9 to isolate y. So I have y by itself. Negative 6 over 9 can reduce to negative 2 over 3x, and 18 divided by 9 is 2. Okay, now I'm ready to state my slope. So the slope of this line is negative 2 over 3, and the slope of a parallel line would be also negative 2 over 3. Let's see now how we use that concept in writing the equation of a line. So in our last lesson, that's what the focus was determining the equation of a line. And that's what this question is as well, except now we're looking at a line that passes through a point. So we have the same information we got last time, but they don't give us the slope or another point. They just tell us that our line is parallel to the line 2x plus 3y equals 9. This is the information that's going to help us get our slope. All right, so to calculate our slope, or just a reminder as well, to find the equation line, we know we need two things. We need our m and we need our b. So let's start by finding our slope. To find the slope, I need to use that line 2x plus 3y equals 9. We're going to have to rearrange in order to find the slope of this line. So we'll leave 3y where it's at. 2x comes over as a negative 2x, and then the 9 is already on the right side, so it stays a positive 9. We're going to divide by 3, and we'll have y equals negative 2/3 x plus 9 divided by 3 we know is 3. Okay, so we'll state the slope. The slope of this line is negative 2/3. The parallel slope would also be negative 2/3. All right, so we found the slope of the line. Now we have to find the y-intercept. And this will be the same step that we did in our last lesson. We write what we know so far, y equals negative 2/3 x plus b, and we're going to sub in the point 3, 5. Okay, so I know that 3 is the x and 5 is the y. So we're going to put 5 where y is, and we'll put 3 where x is. Okay, we know that is like 3 over 1. So we'll start by multiplying. Negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. 3 times 1 is 3. I'll divide now because I can see that goes to a whole number. Negative 6 divided by 3 is a negative 2 plus b. So we'll move the 2 over. It becomes 5 plus 2 equals b. And now we have b equals 7. Okay, so I have my b. I have my m. Now I'm ready to write the equation of a line. So our final answer is y equals negative 2 over 3x plus 7. So these are very similar to the questions we did in our last lesson from slope and a point, except this time we have to get our slope by the fact that our line is parallel to another line. All right, let's take a look at perpendicular lines. So for perpendicular lines, we have to remember that the slopes of perpendicular lines are negative reciprocals. So they have negative reciprocal slopes. Okay, let's take a look and practice. We're going to state the slope of a line that would be perpendicular to each of the following. So we'll start by stating the slope. The slope would be 4/3. And now we'll state the perpendicular slope. So the perpendicular slope, we have to get the reciprocal, which means we flip. So it becomes 3/4. But it's a negative reciprocal. And what that means is that the opposite sign. So if my original slope is a positive, my perpendicular slope has to be negative. All right, let's try it again. I have a slope of -5. So I want to determine what would the perpendicular slope be to -5. Well, to flip it, I need a denominator. And we know the denominator of 5 would be 1. So let's flip this. It's 1/5. My original slope is negative, so that means my perpendicular slope has to be positive. So 1/5 is my perpendicular slope. For C, we need to rearrange the equation again. So I'm going to leave 9y. 6x comes over as -6x. -18 comes over as +18. And we'll divide by 9. So I have y equals -2/3 x plus 2. So we now have our slope is -2/3, and the perpendicular slope, we're going to flip. So that's 3/2. Since the original slope is negative, that means my perpendicular slope is positive. All right, now let's use that concept when we're determining the equation of a line. So again, we know when we determine the equation of a line, we need two things. We need m and we need b. We are given a point, and we were given the information that our line is perpendicular to the line 4x plus 5y equals 9, and that's going to help us get our slope. So let's start by finding our slope. We're going to write down 4x plus 5y equals 9 under slope, because this is what helps us get the slope. Okay, my line is perpendicular to this, so I need the slope of 4x plus 5y equals 9. I need the slope of this line. So I need to rearrange it into mx plus b form. So 5y will stay, and -4x will come over. 9 is already on the right, so it stays a positive. I'm going to divide every term by 5 to isolate for y. And I have -4/5x plus 9/5. My slope of this line is -4/5. My perpendicular slope, I flip it, so it'd be 5/4 and positive. So I have my slope. Now I'm going to use that to find my y-intercept. So to find the y-intercept, we write what we know so far. Y equals 5/4x plus b, and we're going to sub in the point -8, 3. Okay, let's label. So we know -8 is our x value and 3 is our y value. I'll sub in 3 where y is, and I have 5/4 times -8 plus b. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and multiply. I'll put -8/1. So 5 times -8 is -40. 4 times 1 is 4 plus b. -40 divided by 4 is a -10 plus b. I'll move the -10 to the other side, makes it a +10. And when I add it together, I get a b value of 13. Okay, we're ready to write our equation. So our last step is we sub in m, which is 5/4, x plus 13. And that is the equation of our line. All right, let's turn to the back, and we're going to take a look at horizontal lines. So I have on here 3 horizontal lines, and I have 3 tables of values. So we're going to pick 5 points on each line and put them into the table of values. So let's take a look at line 1. Before I pick my points, I want to label my x-axis. my y-axis, and my origin. We're going to assume 1 unit for each square. So my first line, I'm going to pick 5 points. Any 5 points, it doesn't matter which ones you pick. And now we're going to write those points in the ordered as ordered pairs in the table of values. So my point furthest to the right, if I count, would be -1, -2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is -8. And the y value is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that point is -8, 9, and I'm going to go ahead and put it in my table. Okay, my next point is going to be -1, 9, and we'll put that in our table. Next point is 0, 9, and we'll put it in our table. And after that, we have 3, 9. And the last point I picked was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. Okay, and we'll put that in the table. So they asked us to complete the table of values for each and then determine the equation. So you can see that we have a y value of 9 all the way down. I want you to go ahead and pick points on line 2 and line 3 and fill in the table and see what you find out. So you can pause the video, go ahead and do that, pick any 5 points you want and fill in the table for 2 and for 3. Okay, so if you paused the video and did the work, you're back, and you should all have your y values of 2 for this line. Your x values will be different, but you should all have the same y values. And for line 3, you should all have y values of -4. And you'll have different x values depending on the point you picked. And this is what we use to come up with the equation. We can see that no matter what the x value, y always equals 9. And that's the equation of the line. Y equals 9. And if I look at the table of values, I can see that my line goes through the y-axis at 9. So the next line, since all the y values equal 2, that is our equation. No matter the x value, the y will equal 2. And again, we can see that our line goes through the x-axis at 2. Our last line, you guessed it, the equation is y equals -4. Now just a reminder, the slope of a horizontal line is always going to be 0. Always. All right, this is how we can use the horizontal line concept to determine the equation of a line. We're going to write the equation of a horizontal line that passes through the point -3, -6. Well, I know that a horizontal line will always pass through the y-axis. That means it's going to pass through the y value of the ordered pair, so my equation is y equals -6. Now, if you have a hard time remembering that, a good way to do it is to draw a sketch for yourself. So if I was to draw a little sketch and plot the point -3, -6, the point would be here. There's -3, there's -6. And if I was to draw a horizontal line, my horizontal line, if it has to go through this point and it's horizontal, it's going to go through the y-axis at -6. And that's a good way to see what the equation of the line is. All right, I'm going to pause the video here and I'll pick up in the next one.